So that is something I learned from my mom, know your story before you go out there and try to communicate it. So that's preparation.
One of the videos that I remember seeing you in, and I think a lot of people recognize you from this, is the Gedarayang video.
Raw talent alone is very limiting. Gone are the days when you were an excellent singer, an excellent guitarist or bassist.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Success Podcast. We have with us a very special guest today. She's a singer, an entertainer, a performer. We have Monique Wille with us here today. Thank you so much, Monique, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's like I was telling you earlier, this is my first podcast. So thank you.
I'm very grateful that you chose this to be your first podcast.
Thank you.
How's it going? How are you?
Well, thanks. It's I'm loving the weather. It's raining, by the way, these days.
Are you usually a fan of rainy weather?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
What do you like to do when it's raining outside? Sleep. Do you like to read? Are you a reader?
No? Not really, no.
Okay.
I used to be, but now it's more, I just relax with music. Yeah, because I am writing at the moment.
Nice.
So the more relaxed I am, I'm able to sit and just write music.
Monique, give me some background about yourself. Now, people recognize you as a performer, as a singer.
Okay.
But when you were young, did you have this dream that one day I would end up where you are now? Did you always want to be an entertainer, a performer?
I always knew I would be.
Okay.
Because I think I had it in me naturally when I was a child.
Okay.
But I wanted to be a doctor, of course. Any kid wants to be a doctor, right? And then I wanted to be a lawyer at one point and ended up studying journalism.
Okay.
Right? So that's where I thought I would end up. But then fate had a different plan for me. So here I am singing.
Does this come to you from your family? Do you have a lot of, maybe your mother, your father?
The music?
Yes?
No.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
This is something that you developed yourself?
Yes.
How did you develop this skill? I mean, did you go for vocal training when you were a kid?
I did. I
in
did
the
go to
choir?
Auntie Marianne David for a short while as a child.
Okay.
But after that, it was all on my own. Which is unfortunate because I should have continued and I think I would have had a trained voice when I started my career in music, which I didn't. So I think I'm a better singer today than I was then.
What was your entry point into the music industry? When did you first perform as a professional?
So as a professional, it was with Dilup Kabaramudirige. He's a composer and a jazz musician. So he heard me singing. So I was interning at Ya TV. Can we mention? Yeah. They're not there anymore, I think.
Yeah.
Edit it. He was the music director at Ya TV and I was interning there. So then he met me because I spent all my time in the music room, although that was not what I was asked to do. I snuck my way in every single day. Yeah. And then we got to talking. He realized I could sing. There was some level of talent. And then he invited me to join his group. And that's how I started. Yeah,
How did your career progress from there in the music industry?
I was performing with him for about 8 months. And then I moved to a pop band, a dance band, which was, exciting. But while I was performing with them, Ultimate, I got an offer to join a radio station. Yes, which was not expected at all. Ashan 007 Spy, who was from Yes FM at the back in the day, he used to compare a lot of my singing competitions when I was younger, and he remembered, I know this young kid who had the gift of the gab, so maybe we'll ask her if she wants to join. And I did. I said, okay, I have no knowledge of radio. I don't know. I've never spoken in front of a mic before, but yeah, let's do it. So that was my start for that direction, in radio. But and then music kind of took a back seat for a bit, and then I joined the Gypsies.
One of the videos that I remember seeing you in, and I think a lot of people recognize you from this, is the Gedarayang video.
Right. That is a song. It's interesting, how Mr. Sunil Pereira, came up with the idea, because this is something he used to always sing to himself or say to himself when he was on stage, and no one left the dance floor, and he's like, Gedara young, you know. So he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna
Make a song.
make a song of it, and make it entertaining, and that way no one's gonna get offended or be mad at me for saying Gedara young. I'll just say Gedara young and sing it.
Yeah.
That was very interesting the way he came up with that.
How was that stint like when you were singing with the Gypsies? What type of, because Sunil Pereira is probably the
icon,
icon.
the icon. Yes.
What was it like working with him? What was your stint at Gypsies?
My goodness, I learned so much working with him. Firstly, how to deal with people, right? He was very kind. He thought a lot before he did anything. His creative mind was amazing. Sitting with him, having a chat about music and life in general, I learned so much. And I think this is what I'm trying to apply to my own journey now. Now that I'm a soloist, I'm not with the band anymore. So these are the principles I've started applying to my own music and my own journey. Is creating relationships, great friendships with people, and that goes a long way. Raw talent alone is very limiting. Gone are the days when you were an excellent singer, an excellent guitarist or bassist. You have to have the ability to work with people, and people need to like you, basically, or trust you that you're not going to let them down. And so those things I learned from him, and the entertainment, my goodness. On and off stage. I mean, we've all seen, the interviews, and you can see, when you see him, the way he speaks, the way he dresses, that he's one of a kind, and he was fearless. Yeah.
One of the interesting things you brought up is that it's not just your talent that drives you through. You have to be able to build good relationships with people.
Right. Yeah.
And when you started off your career, you all started off at a point where social media was not a huge
Not even heard of.
Not even heard of.
Facebook was magic.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Facebook was more, don't get on that, they're going to steal your pictures, and they're going to do things with them, that kind of thing.
So the barrier to entry into the music industry at that time would have been quite high.
Yes.
Right. Now the barrier to entry is very low. Everyone with a camera that can get on Instagram, that can get on YouTube, is composing music, putting out music.
Yeah.
The quality of it is questionable. Right.
To each his own.
It out. What do you think someone should do to break into the music industry the right way today, to build up a good brand for themselves, to build up a good career for themselves in the music industry?
Well, first work on your talent. We all have that raw talent, the ability to either sing or play an instrument, whatever it is. Work on that first, because that is going to take you a long way. You are going to be a TikTok star, definitely. I mean, if you do the right things and say the right things the right way, yes, you will be a star overnight. But that's not going to last. What's going to last is, in 10 years, is anyone going to remember you? Will they remember your music? Right? You may have, you may be top of the pops today, but what is going to happen later? If you mention your song to anyone in 10 years, will they remember? I mean, if you take so many of the older songs, let's take Gypsies, for instance. I mean, Linda Langa Sangamaya, Obadutuwe Moldene, these were all done in the 70s. And people still know these songs.
These are still our party
and they're
songs,
not complicated songs. They're not, these are very basic, but they did something, and people connected. It resonated with the masses. So that is important, and
don't you think that people are not giving enough attention to quality now?
They're not. It's more quantity now. Because in any video or TikTok video, whatever it is, it's a very short lifespan, right? If you notice, it's going to be up there for maybe a week or two if you're lucky, and then everyone's going to forget about it. So the more you have, and it doesn't matter, quality doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just get an AI-generated thing going, and let's just keep going and going and going until you can't go anymore. Where is this going to end? Where, the day we don't know, they ban AI-generated music. What are you going to do? Do you have raw talent? Have you worked on your raw talent enough to now take that guitar onto a stage and sing live?
And I think musicians back in the day put a lot of thought, a lot of effort into
Yes.
creating the lyrics for their songs as
Exactly.
well.
Exactly.
I was listening to one. There's a song called Hantaneta Payana Sada Lassanayada Kiyanna. So he was explaining the meaning behind as to why he wrote that
Yes.
song.
Yes.
And it's so beautiful to
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah.
Right? But nowadays when music is coming out, there's no meaning, there's no
meaning.
emotion in the music.
It's just got a beat that kind of, it captivates people for that moment, be it pop, be it whatever, and that is it. You can be singing one line over and over again in a song, and that's it.
Now, I've watched a lot of the videos that you have put out on Instagram, on YouTube, on mainly Instagram and YouTube. There's a lot of soul in your voice when you sing. You have a lot of
thank you.
energy. Whatever song you sing, I feel like you put a lot of effort. You're running around on stage. It's amazing to watch.
Thanks.
Now, to me, that's just not being a singer.
No.
That's being a performer,
An entertainer. Yes.
Right? What is the difference between a singer and an entertainer?
I think the way you communicate with people, your ability to speak, the ability to look into someone's eyes and say something. And for some performers or some singers, it's very daunting. They'd rather just close their eyes and not look at anyone and just sing their song so beautifully.
Yeah.
And people will applaud and people will appreciate and love you for it. But then what about that connection? Are you able to, walk up to someone while you're singing and, hold a hand, maybe of a lady who's not doing so great, and that goes a long way. Lots of people over the years who have come and spoken to me, they've never said, oh, you have the most beautiful voice. It's always, we love your confidence, right? Your confidence, because, okay, so my mom was a speech and drama teacher, right? And watching her teach her students is how I picked up a lot of things as a child. Not that I went to my mom for classes. That doesn't work.
Yeah, that is true.
That doesn't work. You know it,
I know
right?
it.
Yeah, my mom used to complain, oh, she has a speech and drama teacher at home, but no, she wants to go elsewhere. But watching this, listening to her, that kind of, that was my base, I think. And I'm thankful for that, because that is what I take on stage now. And that confidence to just speak to anyone about anything. They say, fake it till you make it. I don't know half of what people talk about sometimes. I'm like, yeah, sure. But the ability to communicate is very, very important. For a musician, it's a must. Because talent can take you places, yes. But then that connection with your audience, people coming out of your concert saying things like, oh, she was a really good entertainer. I really felt what she said. I heard that song in a different way, maybe because I introduced it in a way, or whatever it is. It's not going to be like, yeah, she's a good singer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are many good singers. Yeah.
You need to be someone that can captivate the emotions of your audience.
Exactly. Yeah.
You mentioned an interesting point. You said your mother was a speech and drama teacher.
She was.
Right. Speech and drama is such an important thing to develop the personality.
Oh, yes.
To develop the character of someone. Can you talk a little bit about how this training your mother used to do and what you picked up? You said there were things that you picked up when she was teaching other people. What are some of the things that you picked up that helped you later on?
So the ability to speak freely, right? So one thing was going off script, right? You've been in news, you've been a news reader for a bit, and you understand how important it is to know your story, right? To understand what you're reading. Because just think, now this is something a CNN newscaster from back in the day explained to us a long time ago. You have to know your script, because in case your teleprompter goes off or something happens, you need to be able to speak about it. You need to communicate that story to your audience. Otherwise, you're going to be foxed. You're going to be like a deer in the headlights, because you won't know what you're going to do next. So your script goes flying somewhere. What are you going to do? So that is something I learned from my mom. Know your story before you, go out there and try to communicate it. So that's preparation. Very important. Articulating, being precise, your pronunciation. You don't have to have a false accent in order to, Why are you laughing?
That's something we know too much about by being in radio.
Yeah, yes,
A lot of
exactly.
people put on fake
This is the
accents
thing.
to.
Having an elocuted accent is different from having a fake foreign accent. An elocuted accent is what we are, we speak clearly so that someone understands us. Because there's no point talking if no one understands you, right? I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
So these are little things that I picked up from mom, and just her energy of being confident. She was a very confident lady, able to, and that is who I am today. This whole the ability to just sit and have a chat and not go and I don't know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Aside from connecting with your audience, in order to build a good career for yourself, not just in music but anywhere, you need to have a good network of people.
Oh yes.
There is a saying, your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
Do you think that this is true? And how do you think people should build up their skills to have a good conversation with people and build up a good network with people?
So to have a good conversation, you first need to know what you are talking about. And there is some learning that needs to be done before you get out there, right? So find yourself a good podcast, a good teacher, a speech trainer, whoever it is, because we never stop learning, right? I think you mentioned earlier that you have some students who are much older than you are, right? And they're there for a reason. And they are also networking in a way, right? So that is very important. So never stop learning. If I can go for a class today, I'll do it. I will. No, because there's always something to learn. There's something new. There's something we've forgotten along the way somewhere. Maybe we are making mistakes that maybe we could correct. Yeah. So get that going first, I would say. And then just find platforms to just get out there and speak or sing or whatever it is. And talk to anyone that talks to you. Or even if no one talks to you, go talk to them. No, seriously. Because I remember one of my birthdays, we invited a whole lot of people home, and most of them didn't know the rest. And the way they communicated, each one went and sat with the next person. Hi, I'm so and so. And, started this conversation. I didn't know what was going on. 1 month on Facebook, I'm like, oh, they're in each other's houses. They're having coffee. See, this is communication. If everyone just sat where they were, they just stayed there, just spoke to me because they knew me, they wouldn't have made these little connections. So,
absolutely. Now, one of the biggest problems that people have, especially when they come to my classes, what they say is that they're scared of other people's opinions. They're scared of what people will say. They're scared of people laughing at them. They're scared to speak in English.
Yes.
Because of the fear of being ridiculed.
Yes.
How do you overcome
So
that
one thing
fear?
about our Sri Lankans is that we are very judgmental.
Yeah.
Right? No, we are. Honestly, we are.
Absolutely.
Which is, it's very sad because we are very talented people. I mean, a nation that's very educated, but we are very judgmental, and we are quick, like you said, to laugh at others. Right? You have to make mistakes if you're going to learn. Right? No one starts perfect, and years. We've been communicating for years, and even we make mistakes. Everyone, it's normal. So I would say, and also everyone's got an opinion. He should have said that like this, and she should have said that. She shouldn't have said that. Everyone's got an opinion. There's a saying, but I can't say it on. So, but because you have students listening. But yeah, everyone's got an opinion. But do those opinions matter? Because you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for the person who's got an opinion. Right? So you make those mistakes. Let them laugh. Because you're the one who's going to be improving. And they're just going to be laughing, and they will remain where they are. And the person who just, shuts their ears to all the ridicule and just moves forward, they are the ones who will be successful. They overtake these people who laugh and have these opinions. So because I saw this with people I worked with back in the day, they wouldn't speak a word of English in Sri Lanka. They would always speak in Sinhala. And I used to wonder where these people go overseas to work, to perform. But when they're overseas, they speak in English.
But they're scared to speak.
Yes, The instant there's a Sri Lankan next to them, they stop speaking in English. And I watched this and I thought, this is very, very sad that, why are we doing this to our people? Why can't we just, let them do what they need to do to better themselves? It's crazy. To this day, I have a very close friend who has not spoken a word of English in Sri Lanka. All the English I've heard him speak is when we are overseas.
But he can speak English.
He can speak. I mean, he's not the greatest speaker, but he can speak.
Yeah.
He can communicate, and so this is what fear does. And why are we doing this? It's very, very unnecessary.
There is an interesting quote that I read out in my class yesterday, right? And I was giving my students speeches to deliver. And the quote I gave them was, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
Yes.
This is a quote by Henry Ford.
Right.
Right. And one of the students, now she has been struggling to speak. She has joined my class about 2 weeks back. And so we had about 3 classes, was the 3rd class. And she has always struggled to speak in front of a group of people. She always gets nervous. She always gets shy. And she says, sir, this quote is 100% true.
Yes.
Because I always think I can't and I never can.
Yes.
Right.
So you're limiting yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're limiting yourself. Now, one of the reasons that people think this way is also because of the environment they're in,
Yes.
challenges they have faced, people that they associate. I'm sure that you would have faced a lot of challenges coming up in the industry, in your own life, in
Yes.
your personal life.
Yes.
How do you deal with these negative emotions, these negative thoughts that always say, because see, everybody feels it. Even I
Yes.
have felt that, okay, when I'm trying to do something new, there's always that sense of judgment. Am I
Exactly.
really able to do
Yeah.
it? Will I succeed? I always doubt. How do you overcome this fear and how do you move forward?
I think self-doubt is something that you don't get over 100%. You're always going to have that. You're always going to think, okay, am I able to? Because there are so many people, of course, like I said before, everyone's got an opinion and that's fine. You're entitled to yours, right? But and we don't take any notice of them. But there are times when we are feeling weak, when we are tired, where you start thinking about, oh, this is what this person said and the other person said, and then you start questioning, okay, am I good enough to be doing this? Now, should I be doing this? Maybe I should just get myself an office job, and just do a normal 9 to 5. But then on the other side, my mind is like, no, you're not going to survive in a normal 9 to 5 job. I'm not wired that way. And I would feel really, really bored.
Yeah.
But so yes, I question myself. But that doesn't mean I stop doing what I'm doing. I continue. I'm like, no, but I have a gift, and it's up to me to, of course, nurture it, cultivate it, let it grow, let it flourish, let it, And why are these people's opinions and doubts of me? Why am I doing this to myself? I shouldn't allow myself to do that. And I have a really good network of friends. Yes. And my family, of course, right? Who will always encourage, who will always, of course, they will correct as well with love. Correction with love is better than any criticism out there.
Absolutely.
Right? So this is what I just want to say, it's very important to have your network, your community. Could be 5 friends. You meet up for coffee randomly once a month. That's fine. You need people to really encourage you, to be there for you to speak to about your doubts and they will be like, then they might, something they say might help you. They're not going to have all the wisdom in the world. You're not sitting with some guru from somewhere. You're sitting with like-minded people, but something they say will resonate. And we're like, yeah. Okay.
And it's very important that you hang out with people who also think the same way.
Exactly. Always hang out with people who are better than you.
You're a sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Absolutely. Yes.
That is
exactly.
very true. What's one thing you really enjoy about being a musician?
Oh, the ability to just be with people. It's very exhausting, especially when you have back-to-back events and you're just out there with people. It's go. And it's very tiring and you just want to go back into your room and you just want to, black out the place and just be.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing thing to just be with people, to speak to them, to sing, to dance, to have that joyful energy, which everyone needs. Everyone's going through some sort of challenge or the other. right? And isn't it wonderful for us to just get together and say, let's just sing a song?
And that's the most exciting feeling in the world, right?
And to be able to do that, to help someone through something is, to me, the most amazing thing, right? You, like I said before, you could be the best singer, the best whatever, but if you're not going to make people feel joyful, give them that chance to enjoy themselves, to release any stress, come, dance, sing along, have a chat, go home happy. That goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And to me, that's the greatest thing about being in this industry.
What's your future looking like? Are you composing new music?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I have been for a while. Had to take a small break, but now I'm going to start. Yes. No, but it's on the horizon. It's somewhere there. Yeah.
What type of music are you most into? What type of music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I started as a jazz musician, a jazz singer with Dilip Kabara, and then pop took over, baila took over, everything else took over. But still, if I'm at home, I listen to jazz. I listen to jazz, so I also perform jazz now. And also I am working on a Sinhala jazz song.
Wow.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear that.
And me too. Yeah, like I said.
Yeah.
But it's really exciting because we have English jazz and, it's a niche in Sri Lanka. But why not a Sinhala song? Why not some Sinhala blues? Why not some... I'm sure there are a lot of jazzy Sinhala songs out there which haven't got the proper attention. So that's something I want to do and I'm working on right now. There's a songwriter based in Canada who is a very famous musician's nephew who is writing for me because my Sinhala writing is terrible. So thankfully he's doing the lyrics. But on the flip side, I also love big vocals. So I'm working on a Sinhala rock song. Also got an amazing songwriter based in the Middle East. So he's writing at the moment. So yes. And I'm doing the English writing.
Nice.
Which I hide under my pillow half the time.
You come from an English-speaking background.
I do.
Did you speak English at home from the very start?
Yes.
Okay. How has that helped you move forward in life, in your career? Has that given you an edge?
I think yes, because we think in English, right? Lots of people think in Sinhala and translate it in their heads, and then they speak it, and there's a difference. You're not able to how do I say this without offending anyone?
You're not able to translate your thoughts fast enough.
Translate your thoughts fast enough, and also you're not accurate. The translation, your delivery is not the same as you would if you say it in Sinhala, right? So sometimes when you're talking to someone, that they're thinking in Sinhalese, and that is a disadvantage to them. So we have the advantage of thinking in English and speaking it in English, and it's exactly what we mean to say. But the disadvantage to them is that they lose the point sometimes.
How did you brush up your Sinhala?
By speaking it. By speaking Sinhala. We always spoke in Sinhala.
Okay, so even at home?
No, not at home, but in school sometimes. But after I left, I would communicate a lot in Sinhalese with fellow musicians, and then when I joined the Gypsies, and my career took me to Anuradhapura and Gaul and Mathura and all these places. Your audience is Sinhalese speaking people, and I used to always communicate with them in Sinhala, and I enjoyed that. Because I knew they wouldn't understand. Not that they didn't know English, so they felt comfortable speaking to me in Sinhala, and I would do that, and that's how I think I improved on my Sinhala also. My mother, like I said, she was a speech and drama teacher. She started her private classes in Horana, where none of those kids spoke English. So she learned Sinhalese so she could teach them
the kids
English. which was brilliant. You know, she didn't go there and, you know, challenge them and say, okay, I'm speaking like this, now speak like me and figure it out. She got down to it, you know. Yes, that's another way of doing it. She did it beautifully. I didn't learn Sinhala.
No, the reason I asked that is because a lot of musicians who sing only in English, when they sing a Sinhala song, they have a little bit of an accent.
I do.
I don't think so.
I have been
because-
told that I have a terrible Sinhala accent.
Really? I think you sing Baila and all of that quite well.
Oh, thank you so much. See, I
it's a
shouldn't
very
listen to some
clean-
people.
Yeah, it's a very clean act. It's
Okay.
a very clean way of singing.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know, okay, did you put in any extra effort? Did you try to polish up your
I
accent?
didn't. No. But the thing is where accent is concerned, Sinhala or English, everyone's got their own way of speaking and singing, right?
True.
Okay. So if you listen to the amazing Corinne Almeida, she doesn't sing like a normal Sinhalese singing, like a normal Sinhalese singer, right? She has a bit of an accent. But that doesn't mean she's not on some of the biggest stages out there performing her music. She does have a slight accent. Everyone does. Even the Sinhala-speaking singers have a bigger accent on stage than we do.
That is true.
Right? Which is baffling to me. How? You know, Mata, Yanta, you know. Even we don't speak and sing like that.
That is true.
But you know, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as, you know, you are true to what you are doing and your audience loves you and they're happy with what you are doing. You can sing a three-chord song. You can sing Baba, Black Sheep and Twinkle Twinkle, and it doesn't matter.
As an extension to that question, one of the biggest problems that people have when it comes to speaking in general, especially speaking in English, is that they go to a lot of these classes, they learn a lot, they know grammar, they study grammar, but they don't speak. The reason I asked you that question as to how you learned how to speak Sinhala so fluently is I wanted to see whether you would give a similar answer of, I sat down, I understood the language, but you said, I just spoke.
I just spoke.
I just spoke.
Because I communicated with people.
Is that the best way to learn a language?
I wouldn't say it's the best way, but it is one way. Because if you were to conduct this interview in Sinhala, I would fall all over the place. I would be stumbling around. But you would understand what I'm saying, right? But it would be even better if I learned the language, if I studied it, if I sat with a master or a madam and actually studied the language, then I would speak well. Because this is the reason I don't like to write my own Sinhala lyrics. It's because it's Sinhala versions of Baba Black Sheep, which I don't like, which is why I'm working with amazing songwriters, lyricists, because I want it to sound amazing. I want it to sound polished and good, you know, which I can't do. But if I had learnt the Sinhalese language properly, then I would be able to write my own lyrics the way I want it to sound, right? So I did myself a huge disservice by not learning the language properly.
How important is it for anyone out there, regardless of what industry they're in, to learn how to speak English fluently?
Oh, very important. It's probably the most important thing. And it's the best thing you could do for yourself. Get yourself to a good teacher and learn. And not only learn, but also take everything you've studied and apply it out there. Because English is, you can communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world. Even if you are studying to be a doctor, everything is in English.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to misdiagnose anyone or write the wrong prescription because you haven't. You get what I'm saying, right? I mean, it's very important. It's the best thing you could do for yourself is to learn English and speak and use it out there. Because it'll be easier, or you'll have an edge when you're at interviews, you know, when you are interviewing for a position somewhere, even in Sri Lanka. You know, you have that, you know, of course you need to know your subject also. If it's marketing, you need to know marketing. You can't just talk music and then expect to get a marketing job, but you know what I'm saying. So one of the most important things, get a good teacher. This is the other thing. There are teachers and there are teachers. So there is this, I don't know if I can say this, you can edit it if you want, but there is Instagram, YouTube teacher whose pronunciation and grammar is horrendous. But he teaches in such a beautiful way that everyone's, and people don't know any better. They don't know that this guy is, so my job is in the comments. No, but this is wrong. This is wrong. This is bad. But, that's what it is. So don't go for the crazy popular ones with, 2 million YouTube. No, that's fine. But I hope you go to 2 million also. But get yourself a good teacher.
Yeah.
They don't need to be the most popular teacher. They just need to be a really good teacher. And like I said, there are teachers and there are teachers out there. And it's sad that the ones who are not great are the ones who have the most students.
You're a teacher yourself, yes? You teach music?
Music, singing.
Singing?
Yeah.
How is that going? What type of teacher are you when it comes to...
I teach the way I would want to be taught. So very easygoing, more understanding than anything else. I'm like the counselor and the, because sometimes people come to you not to learn how to sing only. They also want to get a lot of stuff off their chests. So you need to be able to guide them through that, because being a vocal coach is not only, okay, now you learn this and that is it. It doesn't end there. So my mom passed away last month, and at her funeral, there were many of her students that came to pay their respects. And one thing they all said was, she taught us how to be fearless. It was not she taught us how to have great grammar or to have a good accent when we speak, nothing. It was she taught us how to be fearless, and how to be bold. And these were young girls, and they would have been like babies almost when they started classes. So this is what it is. Being a teacher is not just teaching the subject only. It's also, guiding them through a lot of other things. A lot of girls especially have self-esteem issues, even boys. So it's our job, it's my job to help them through that. Because when they release that, then they're clear-minded to start learning what you're actually supposed to be teaching them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I say vocal coach and singing mainly, but I also help them through a lot of other, like stage fright and issues, other self-esteem issues, just giving them the confidence, to be able to look someone in the, because I have some very talented students who are also composers themselves, but they are very fearful of getting on stage, like you said before, so these are the obstacles I try to help them overcome, so that they become the best versions of what they can be. Yeah. I don't want them to be like me. I don't want them to be like the next person. I want them to be who they are. But to help them through that, they need to get over a few things. Yeah.
You've achieved a lot in the music industry. What is the legacy that you would like to leave once you are done?
Once I'm done, once I'm dead.
Dead, retire, however you want to
I don't think I'll retire. Retirement is not in the books.
Yeah.
I just want people to remember me as someone who was a friend. Yeah. And of course, I want people to know me for my music. Whatever I decide to release from now on, I want people to know, okay, she's the one who sang this, and she was also fearless on stage. She could talk to anyone. And this is something Uncle Sunil Pereira said about me. He's like, watching you on stage, I just see that you are not afraid of anyone. And I said, yeah. So that is because of the confidence I had, growing up. I received from my mom and all that. So that is what I want people to remember.
For someone that's trying to break into the music industry today, what's one message that you would want them to remember when trying to make their entrance?
Learn your craft study your craft very well, be it, like I said at the beginning, be it learning an instrument or learning to sing or learning even how to be on a stage. Get yourself to a class. And you don't need to be in a physical class nowadays. Everything's online. You know, you can sign up with one of the best vocal coaches in London or in New York, you know, and same with any other instrument as well. So get that foundation done. You know, once that is done, then you start performing. Then you start moving into this, and you know, then you have to do the whole online thing anyway, which is something I'm baffled by. Because we started in an era where we didn't have Facebook and TikTok and all these things, you know. A conversation like this with a camera would be on one of the popular TV channels.
Shows, yeah.
Right. At that time, there was like maybe 3. I'm talking 20, 24, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
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 So, but I would always say, get yourself to good coaches, be it singing, be it speaking, be it anything, and learn, study.
Like I said, my audience is an audience that is either struggling to speak English, or even if they do know English, they struggle to speak confidently in front of people. What final message would you like to leave them with before we wrap up the session today?
Okay, it's easy to say, don't be afraid. That doesn't work. I've told myself this and I'm like, ugh. But the only thing is, you should, first and foremost, take pride in how far you've come, right? You always look back, okay, last year I was not this good, but this year I'm better. Next year I will be even better, right? And forget about every single negative word that has been spoken over you. You have to start being kind to yourself before expecting others to, right? So, and go out there and just speak. Just speak. There's no, what? So someone doesn't like you, I mean, do you drop dead? No, right? You're not going to lose anything just because someone said something to you or thought something about you or whatever it is. Just we are all on our own journeys, which is hard as it is. We don't need to pile on other people's negativity and, you know, carry a heavier load than we need to. So it's always better to just be confident in yourself. And like I said, get yourself a good coach, speech, singing, whatever it is, and take that and move forward and speak. Because the more you speak, the more you develop. There's no point learning it in a class and not using it out there, right? We are all able to speak the way we speak now is because we've been doing it. It's not because we learned it in a class somewhere. We learned the foundations, yes, but we keep, you know.
It's mainly by speaking.
You have to do it. You know, it's like physiotherapy. After an accident, if the doctor recommends that you need to go for physio, you have to do it. The more you move your legs, your muscles, and you start walking, you know, it'll be first with a walker, then it'll be a crutch, then it'll be something else, and suddenly you're gonna be able to start running again confidently. Absolutely. So it's the same with exercising a muscle, your brain, your voice, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monique. Thank you so much for being here
today.
An
absolute pleasure. And Sheshan, I am really happy to see you doing this because we spoke about this many years ago in the studio late at night, you know. And I'm glad to see you doing this because we need a lot of good teachers now. Because like I said, there are so many bad teachers out there and there are very few of you. So I wish you all the best. I hope it's an absolute success and I hope your YouTube channel and everything else grows to millions. And I think you should take pride in what you have done at such a young age, especially.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So all the best to you.
Thank you so much for being here
My
today.
pleasure.
I really enjoyed the conversation.
Thank